Let's pop a bottle. Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. Hello. Yes, it's Thursday. Yes, it's the first Thursday of the month. But no, we are not live today. There was a scheduling conflict and it wasn't going to work for me. So you're getting a video, which, a lot more people watch the lives than watch the recorded videos, which y'all are missing out if you don't watch some of these, all of these. Why not? But, it's a lot easier for me to concentrate and give more detailed information when I don't have an audience of a chat flying by. So if you're truly looking for information, these recorded videos are worth watching 110%, because you're going to get way more than you would get when I'm not managing the energy of the chat and not managing the chat itself. So today we are looking at two very important figures, men, naturally. Two very important figures right now. Jack Smith, who is the official prosecutor for the DOJ. Merrick Garland appointed him the special counsel to oversee the criminal investigation into Donald Trump's situation, his situation regarding January 6th. Jack Smith has had an uphill climb with this case. The judge favors Trump. It's pretty obvious the judge favors Trump. Right now, as of today, he just actually filed with the court. Essentially, what the judge has done is going to instruct the jurors to basically find Donald Trump innocent. Part of the jury instruction that this judge wants to issue is saying, the Nixon defense. It's not illegal if the president does it, essentially, so therefore you must find him innocent, which Jack Smith is filed a 24-page brief and said, you know what, this is, you're way overstepping here, you have a problem, you shouldn't be doing this. Those are my fancy legal terms. But, it's heating up. He's got an uphill climb here. So I wanted to take a little bit of a look at him. He's very impressive. This is a man that graduated from Harvard. He was an international prosecutor at The Hague. I mean, this guy's no joke. Merrick Garland knew what he was doing when he appointed Smith. Smith is also the guy that went after John Edwards when they found out he had misused his campaign funds. I forgot all about John Edwards as I was looking through Jack Smith's kind of bio, his little bio online or whatever. I totally forgot that that John Edwards was running for president, came out that he cheated on his wife while she had cancer, and then used campaign funds to cover it up. Special. That's special. Really smart. The guy, of course, duh, but he has almost like a surgeon's brain. It's like he can dissect anything. Very detailed, very quick on his feet. This is somebody that can look at something and go, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I mean, it comes really fast to him. He's methodical and likable. This is a likable person. This isn't just some kind of a robot that you set in motion. This man's likable, and I think juries like this guy. He winds himself up, he sets himself in motion, and then he just goes. He just goes. He's determined. He's stubborn in all the right ways. Interesting. He's a real white hat. This is a real white hat. I know people that love Trump are gonna, you're biased. I always get that one. Oh, you're biased. I'm not biased. I don't pick teams. I happen to not like Trump because he's an asshole. Jack Smith is a true white hat. He sees criminals and he gets them. This is his deal. He knows he has a winning case, but he has a ruined judge. He knows his case is a winner. This guy knows it. He knows it. He's like, I've got it in the bag. He's telling me this. I've got it in the bag, but I'm going to look at it. I know I've put cards on it before. The guy has so many lawsuits. I forget what I've read and what I haven't and when I read it last. Smith is telling me he's got a winning case. This is a good man. This is a good guy. This is literally, I mean, when I say white hat, I really mean it. I mean, this is just, he's like, I get the bad guys. That's what I do. He's really good at it. And I don't think he's ever really missed his mark. This isn't somebody that prosecutes just to prosecute. He wants to get the bad guys. Like, he wants to do his job. He doesn't want to put innocent people in jail because it makes him look good. There's no real ego on this guy. But he can be he's commanding, you know, when he walks into a courtroom, especially when he's doing his job. I think he's more commanding when he does his job than when he's just, you know, out and about. You know, there's some people, they walk into a room and, you know, head swivel. I don't think this is this guy unless he's on the clock and then head swivel. He was always meant for some kind of quote unquote greatness. He was always meant to be a known person. I'm sure astrologers have looked at his chart and they'll see it. But it's also not, you know, I don't want to mythologize the guy because the angels are on his side. You know, I don't do that. You know me. I don't do that shit. I mean, this guy is just, he's a lawyer and he's damn good at it and he wants to do the right thing. He's a really morally sound person. There's no woo-woo here is my point. There's no mythology. There's no woo-woo. There's no, he was appointed by God to bring down Donald Trump. No. No, this guy is doing his job. He does his job. He does it very well. Merrick Garland's, I don't know. I mean, sort of, I don't want to call him a disappointment. Technically. I don't know what I would have expected out of Merrick Garland, to be honest. I think he really made the right move appointing Jack Smith. I mean, this was smart. This guy, Merrick Garland knows what he's doing. We're going to look at him next, by the way. This guy deals with reality. This guy is like, he doesn't, this is not somebody that does what ifs or fantasies or has his head in the sand. I mean, he's probably got something really solid in earth signs in his chart because he's like, he pays attention. He's grounded. He's solid. He pays attention. He was always meant to have big cases like this. It's funny because I wouldn't necessarily call him ambitious per se. He doesn't feel self-serving. Damn, this case is tearing him up though. He's worried about this case. He knows it's a winning case. He knows it's a winning case, but he's worried he's going to lose it anyway. I'll show you the cards. That's here, worry, legal, there. It's also kind of, I don't know if it's taking too long for him or if he just feels like things are stalled or not moving or kind of he feels stuck himself, that he doesn't feel like he has a lot of wiggle room here. But he does. The guides are telling me that legally he's got a lot of wiggle room here. And he knows Donald Trump is a corrupt son of a bitch. He knows it. He knows it. I mean, he knows it's not just January 6th. He's aware this is a corrupt man that they're dealing with. But it's a big deal. And it's you know, it's so funny because this guy's taking it in stride. I'm prosecuting a former president of the United States in an incredibly historic lawsuit, you know, your criminal trial. And he just takes it in stride, this guy, you know. It's just, yep, that's what I'm doing. I mean, this is, I kind of want to call him, I don't know if it's easygoing, but there's something very sturdy about him. There's something very like, okay, we're going to handle it. We're going to get it done. He has very nice vibes, this man. This is somebody you want on your team. He's dealt with some backward stuff with this case though. I mean, this judge has not really done him any favors. Oh yeah, she's playing for a team, this one. She's playing for a team. Team Trump, Team Republican, Team Eileen. I'm not sure which, but it's not Team Justice. She's definitely playing for a team. I can just see it on her. There's other stuff mixed in with this. She's not just, you know, doing her job. I have the best cards, y'all. Ooh, I wonder if she gets removed from this case. She's trying to hedge her bets here. I'll show you the cards. Very interesting. I wonder if she gets taken off this case. I really do. you know, so first of all, she got the fool card. So she's not, whatever she's doing, the cards are saying, you know, that's not a good idea. Whatever you're doing, it's not a good idea. So, you know, this idea, with the jury request, you know, I mean, it's heavily in favor of Trump, obviously. Cards are going, no, Eileen, back off. She can't see straight. So she's got the illusion delusion card. So unlike Jack Smith, Eileen is over here going, you know, she's in La La Land. She's in La La Land, and it's unsteady. So her La La Land shit is making for like an unsteady emotional state. I do wonder if she gets removed from this case. I mean, we got the Death card, we've got the Chariot card. It does make me wonder if she gets taken off the case or gets censured or something goes down where Eileen is maybe not really in charge of things anymore. She's here in her own card. She's coming in as Queen of Cups. And then she's got all these cards of balance, which is really interesting because to me, it's coming across as she's trying to strike this balance of, but it's really bias. It's interesting because the cards are saying, okay, she's aiming for balance. She's aiming for balance. In her mind. Again, her mind is a little bit cuckoo. But she feels like, oh no, this is balanced. I'm aiming for balance. I'm shooting for balance. This is what I'm doing. And obviously she is not. And then she gets the 10 swords in the back. So this does not play out well for her. This could be something, you know, far down the road where, you know, they're going, okay, she's obviously corrupt. Nobody's going to hire her anymore or whatever. She can't hire her, but she can't move up from where she is or something. But something comes back and bites her in the ass. But again, I wonder if she's taken off the case. She's got chaos here. So this is kind of she's running a chaotic court, but in her mind, it's totally chill. Like in her mind, it's like, nope, doing a great job, Eileen. She's patting herself on the back. Good job, Eileen. She doesn't come across as a full person to me. So when I see people like this, it's really interesting energies. It's kind of like I'm digging around for personality or humanity and it's not really there. It's more of a collection of wants, needs, desires. It's kind of a black hole. Sometimes it can be emotional. It can just be like, oh, you know, a swirl of kind of out of control emotions that are not the fun ones. But when I look at her, I don't see like a full person in there. I see more wants, needs, desires than I see person, human. These people, when you read them, there's not much to them. There's not much to them. I mean, Trump's kind of the same way, you know. The people he surrounds himself with, they're just, it's like, it's like they're unevolved or something. I don't know how else to put it. It's just like when you look at like Steve Bannon. I was reading about Steve Bannon this morning, and when I do this, I'll do like a quick read. I'll do like a quick, psychic scan. And Bannon's the same kind of way. Now he's super smart and his intelligence comes through. He is smart. I can't say the guy is dumb. He's not dumb. He's smart. But then under the intelligence is just this like massive, I want X. He wants a few things. He does want money, he does want power, and he does want to burn it all to the ground. And it's a very deep desire, but that's all that's there. So I'm not seeing, and whatever he wants, selfishly in his personal life, again, money, power, usually, control. But I'm not seeing kindness, compassion, thoughts, ideas, creativity, so that's the same kind of thing with her. She feels like whatever she's setting out to do, she's got that Fool card again. She feels like whatever she's setting out to do, she's going to kill at it. And again, she's on somebody's team and it's not Team Justice. It may not be Team Trump. It may not be Team Republican, but it is definitely Team Eileen. Devil on her. Ooh, I wonder about money. I'm not saying she was paid off, but I wonder about being motivated by money in some way, because that's showing up here in her cards. She's so happy with her life right now. This woman is like, I can do no wrong. She is killing it. Whatever she's setting out to do, she feels very successful. She feels like she has nailed it to the wall. She does have a disappointment coming, but she's also getting Gotta cover up the naked people. She's also getting the devil card and the 8 of swords, which it's narrow, it's tunnel vision. I mean, it can be corruption. I think there's a little bit of corruption here, but for the most part, it feels to me like it's like selfishness. It's just I have an agenda. You know, it may tie in with Trump somehow. It may be money. It may be, hey, this guy got me where I am. He appointed me and I owe him. But it's, Jack Smith wants to be King of Pentacles. But it's not on the up and up. I mean, we kind of knew this already. This is not new news, but it's interesting to see how her cards are playing out. I do wonder about her getting in trouble. She's giving me like happy-go-lucky right now. Like, oh yeah, I'm killing it. You know, loving how the whole thing is going. She just feels like whatever her agenda is, and again, it doesn't come across as justice. Whatever her agenda is, she feels like she's nailing it to the wall. Born to be a star. Now he's going to get screwed over. He's going to get screwed over on this case. His cards are good. I think he has a winning case, but oh, that devil is here. And that's his end card. And the judge shows up in his cards, which is interesting. So I don't think he's going to get a conviction. I don't. Illustrious career, the guides are telling me. This man has and will continue to have an illustrious career. He will be known as like just a really good guy who's very, very, very good at his job. Honorable, the guides are telling me. Honorable man. Tower. Yeah, there's weird energy around this, y'all. Eclipses are figuring here, so we are in the middle of eclipse season. Listen, this man is showing up here, and when I look at the case, here he is. He's got the Peace of Mind card. He's got the 8 of Pentacles. It's telling me that he's going to do this to the best of his ability, that he is doing the best he can. He is 100%. He will be satisfied with the job he did. He will feel like he brought it home. Whatever his entire job was, he did it. He nailed it to the wall. He really did. He feels like he's doing it. You know, he killed it. I think you can objectively say that he killed it. Whatever he's set out to do, I think he accomplished. But something screwy is going to happen around this thing. Something screwy. Too many weird cards. Devil cards, tower cards. Something screwy. Let's take a peek at Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland also graduated from Harvard, just like Jack Smith. Merrick Garland was really involved with the Unabomber case and the Oklahoma City bombings. He has been, a lot of people aren't happy with him. They feel like, some people are saying he's gone too easy on Hunter Biden. Some people are saying he screwed Joe Biden because of the Hunter stuff. Some people are saying he's been too soft on Trump. Some people are saying he's enabled a Trump witch hunt. I mean, this guy can't win. This guy cannot win no matter how hard he tries. Was born November 13th. That makes him a Scorpio. This isn't a corrupt person, but he's a careful person. And he doesn't move quickly. What he's telling me is when you move quickly, when it comes to the law, you miss stuff. And he doesn't want to miss anything. So that's part of the reason a lot of people are saying, oh, he doesn't have any urgency. He should have done this. He should have done that. He's not going to save us from Trump. Well, no, nobody's going to save us. We can only save ourselves. But he doesn't want to get involved in... This is interesting. He doesn't really want to get involved in politics, and he feels that some of this stuff is just politics, it's political theater. Both with the Hunter Biden stuff and with some of the Trump stuff, he feels like it is political theater. There's other things, and I think January 6th is among them, where he's feeling like, nope, that's legit. That is something that needs to be looked at. But he's telling me very clearly, very easy read, but he's telling me very clearly, I didn't indict Donald Trump. There's a grand jury that indicted Donald Trump. I didn't do it. And he's also saying, with the Hunter Biden stuff, he's being thoroughly investigated by a Trump appointee. I have nothing to do. Like, he's like, the wheels are in motion, everybody. He kind of, I don't think this guy understands where the vitriol is coming from both sides. And it's he's right. There's no need to get pissy with Merrick Garland. I'm not exactly sure what people want from him. I said in the beginning, I was kind of, well, I'm kind of disappointed in him, but then I'm thinking, well, what exactly did I ever expect from Merrick Garland? What, he was going to pull a Bill Barr and do all sorts of crazy shit? He really can't catch a break. People expect a lot out of him, but honestly, from where I'm sitting, he's acting fair. He's acting rationally. He is doing what needs to be done. This is a methodical guy. He's a really, and I think, his appointment of Jack Smith was a big deal. People aren't really taking that into account. He could have appointed somebody really incompetent. Instead, he appoints the guy that was working at The Hague, for God's sake. People are saying, oh, he's actually a secret Trumper. He's this, he's that. He's not. He doesn't want to deal with political shit. He wants to go after bad guys. He wants to make sure there's no corruption. That's it. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to get involved in the game of politics. He feels that it would dishonor him, dishonor the office. That's not what he's here for. He's here to get the bad guys. He's not, it's funny because Jack Smith comes across as, like I said, a real white hat. I mean, just solid. This guy, no, I don't think he's wearing any hats, to be quite honest, but this is not a bad person. This is not a corrupt person. This is not an incompetent person. He knows what he's doing. It's just people don't like the way he's doing his job, but he's actually doing his job quite well. But he doesn't do things the way other people do or the way people expect. And this has been this man's whole life. And when you don't hamstring him, he will do an excellent job at whatever he set his mind to. It's when he gets into these sticky situations, and that's here, it's showing up in his cards here. We have the chaos surrounding him. So this guy's essentially in the middle of a three-ring circus here, honestly, cut him some slack, please, please, please. But when you get him into these sort of sticky situations, then it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to say he doesn't perform as well, but he doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't want to deal with, well, to be quite frank, stupid shit. He doesn't want to deal with it. So a lot of this stuff, he does feel it's political in nature. And that's just, he sees Team A and Team B throwing shit at each other. Hunter Biden's a bad guy. Trump did this. Listen, this guy's fair. He's rational. He's letting both investigations, come to their fruition, whichever way they're going to go. He's not stepping in. He's not influencing anything. People are saying that he let that, the report that came out, where the guy said Biden was a feeble old man or whatever, a well-meaning man with like a bad memory or something. I think it even said a well-meaning old man or elderly man. Like, oh God. But what I see on Merrick Garland is, I wasn't going to change that. If that employee wants to put that in his report, that's on him. And people want something more hands-on with this guy. They want him to be like, oh, you can't put that in your report because it's not legal and this and that and the other. You know what? He's not going to do it. He's going to say, no, that was his report. He doesn't have a horse in any race, this man. He doesn't. He's not, I don't care if Biden appointed him. He's not on Team Biden. I read him very clearly. He's not on Team Trump. He's not on Team anybody. He's not on even Team like Merrick Garland. Like he's just like, I do my job. I do, I want to get the bad guys. I want to, make sure nobody's corrupt. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I think he is. People are mad. Oh, well, he's trying too hard to look neutral. No. He really is neutral. He really is. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of people pissed off that I'm saying this stuff because I think a lot of people are mad at the guy, but he's doing his job and he's doing it to the best of his ability. And I don't think, honestly, anybody could be doing any better unless you want somebody that's putting their thumb on the scale. Great that report came out of his office with the guy saying Biden was a well-meaning elderly man with a memory problem. But he really felt like that's what that guy wants to put in his report. I'm not going to alter it. I'm not going to alter it. He also feels like people are going to make their own assumptions. People are going to look at that and go, that's not a legal argument. So it's interesting. He's relying on, I kind of like this. He's more of an effective leader than you would think. He's relying on the people that work for him to do their jobs, number one. But he doesn't mix it. He is actually really good at, you do this, you do this, you do that. He's great at it. He's great. Administratively, this guy is nailing it. He's really good. He doesn't get involved in stuff. He's not a micromanager. But he's also really relying on Biden to come out and say, okay, that report was bullshit. Why would you put that in your report? He's telling me it's not my job to say it was bullshit. It's Biden's job to say it was bullshit. It's Biden's doctor can come out and say it's bullshit, and he's also telling me, the American public, he's relying a little bit too heavily on the American public, the majority of which I think is maybe not as educated as Merrick Garland seems to think they are, but sometimes I'm a cynic. But, he's relying on the American public to kind of look through that, see through that, and go, well, that has no basis on the report. So no, he didn't demand this guy took it out because he didn't want to be seen as, this guy coming out and say, well, I said this, that, and the other, but they wouldn't let me put it in there, because then it just looks bad for everybody. Looks bad for Merrick Garland. It makes him look non-neutral. He's supposed to be neutral. And he is, you know what? He's right, y'all. He's setting the precedent about the president. Here, he's basically saying, like, I don't work for Joe Biden. I work for the people. I don't work for him. My job is not to defend him. Because essentially what Bill Barr did. So you know what? Give Merrick Garland some more credit. Give him more credit. Bill Barr he doesn't work, he didn't work for the American people. He worked for Donald Trump. He worked for a team. He picked a team. He picked a person. He worked for that team. Merrick Garland is not doing that. He's not. He's 100% not. He is telling me, no, I'm letting all the investigations proceed. He hasn't put his thumb on any scales, either for or against Trump, for or against Biden, for or against anybody. This man is doing his effing job. And he's got other stuff going on. Like, everybody's like, there's these high profile things, but he's got other stuff going on. And you have to really go back and look at, he's changed department policy. Trump made it so cops didn't have to wear body cams. And Merrick Garland reversed that, which is huge. He also opened cases against the officers in the George Floyd situation, in the Breonna Taylor situation. That's huge. That's major. So, he's got other stuff going on besides playing politics. And then that is the kind of stuff he's focused on, because that's the kind of stuff he really wants to work with. So, if you're looking for Merrick Garland to play teams, or you're looking for him, oh, he's this, he's that, he's got so much, this man has so much on his plate. Listen, this is a big job. And he's managing a lot of people, and he's doing it really effectively. Very effectively. And you know what? He's quiet. He does his thing. I don't think that he enjoys the politics of anything. I think this is somebody that wants to do his job, prosecute, get the bad guys, clean things up, get rid of corruption. There's other stuff he wants to do. There's other things he wants to do to clean things up. And that's what it feels like to me. It's very Scorpio. It feels very Pluto. It's just like, I want to clean shit up. And these things they're taking away resources, but then he feels like he has to do it. He's not great at playing political games. He's just not. He just kind of wants to sit down and do his job. So I know people are pissy with him, but truthfully, it really feels like no matter what he does or what he did in life, the guy can't win. This is the only person ever in history that was nominated for the Supreme Court that didn't even get to, the Senate refused to even look at him. That's a lot. That's a lot. Biden's not stupid. And he didn't owe Merrick Garland anything. Nobody owed him anything. He didn't, you didn't get on the Supreme Court, poor baby. Let me appoint you as Attorney General. He was like, this guy can do the job. This guy can do the job. And he's a bit older. Maybe he's lost his edge a little bit, because when I look at him involved in, Oklahoma City bombing, Unabomber stuff, he feels really like gnarly to me. Like, this guy feels like a killer. He just feels like, let's go get him. Now it's more, I think he would be happier if he was still the let's go get him guy, kind of in the trenches. He's good at what he does. Biden knew he was going to be good at this. He's really good at administrative stuff. He's good at setting things in motion. He's good at looking at things. He's on the right side of the law. Doesn't like dealing with these idiots. He just feels like it's one thing after another kind of a thing, calling on the carpet and, again, playing politics. He doesn't want to play politics. He feels like it should all be separate from politics. He should just be, like I said, getting the bad guy. Guy's like, ugh. You know, I don't think he wants to not be the Attorney General. I think he wants to keep his job. I think he's enjoying what he's doing, and I think he's actually really good at it. Ooh, Biden's in his cards. Interesting. But then you have the stress, the worry, the PTSD. This guy's like, oh God. He is kind of wondering, you know, am I going too easy on him? Am I going too hard on him? Have I not, you know, with regards to Hunter Biden and the report that came out about Joe Biden, he's wondering. That's I think one of his kind of. He sits there and goes, you know, did I go too hard? Did I allow my office to go too hard? You know, did I do okay? With Trump, it's a little bit different with Trump because it feels like he just kind of went, okay, the grand jury indicted the guy, like done. Like my job is done. Like, you know, let's handle this. But he doesn't feel like, was I wrong to set the investigation? Was I wrong to look at it? You know, blah, 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 blah. It's not political. You know, it really isn't. It really isn't. It's something that needs to be looked at. What he really wants, what he really, really wants is to just get the bad guys. And he feels like a lot of this is just again, political, doesn't want to get involved. Just like, come on, man. I don't think he could win no matter what he did these days. I don't. But in the realm of history, in the long line of history, people are going to look back at Merrick Garland and go, oh no, that guy actually did a good job. Like he might be dead. Poor guy. He may never live to hear it. Like, oh yeah, actually, you know, you did well. But history will be kind to him. Do have some spots open for May readings. They are still on sale at $275. I have other readings on sale for $225. If you're not signed up for the newsletter, sign up for the newsletter so you get those in your inbox. So you get the sale prices. I'm also doing the clearing tomorrow. We're doing First Friday clearing tomorrow, 4 p.m. You can get a ticket at givebetter.com. Everything's in the box. If you're a member of thirdeyeshampagne.com or you're a patron, you have a promo code, so you get half off. So if you want to join and then get half off, you can do that. And then when you join, you get a bunch of content, and we live stream every week. So when I'm not live streaming on YouTube, the other weeks in the month, I am live streaming with my subscribers. So tomorrow we are doing a big clearing, as we always do. We're going to be clearing ourselves, and then we're going to clear our houses tomorrow. So we're going to do a big house clearing tomorrow. So if you want to get in on that, it's $10, super cheap. I mean, group clearings, usually 30, 40, sometimes $50. It's $10. Really cheap. And then if you're a member or a patron, it's $5. So hope to see you tomorrow, and have a beautiful day, my friends. And thank you as always for your support, your kind words, and your time and energy.